Brave Nation, this is your roaring lion, Carlos Kremer, and welcome to the Lion's Den, where we are anticipating an incredible night at Brave 54, along with our partner GEC in beautiful Konin, Poland. Tonight, I am joined by two absolute legends in the sport and two of the greatest coaches in the world. On my left, from SBG Ireland, the head coach, John Kavanagh, who not only coaches the notorious Conor McGregor in some epic battles that we've had, but is coaching Blaine O'Driscoll in the co-main event this Saturday night. On my right, we have the one and only Eldar Eldarov, the Brave Combat Federation super lightweight champion of the world, and the man who is Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa's head coach for the amazing KHK MMA. Gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to have you both here. I wanted to say before we begin, a shout out to His Royal Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa. It is your birthday today. We wanted to wish you the best regards, for you are our vision, our founder, and our support. We wanted to start off with Ireland versus Dagestan. I mean, if you go back in the history books of mixed martial arts, we are making history as we speak. John, I wanted to start with you. You've been through so much. This rivalry has been so intense. Wanted to ask you, the world wants to know, what makes Irish fighters so unique and so special?
Well, probably our most successful sport for the games is boxing. So we have that. We have that history.
Right.
So when mixed martial arts came along, it was going to be very well received by the audience. So we had that, like I said, a rich history of boxing. We're trying to catch up now with the other aspects of mixed martial arts. But I think we produce good competitive fighters. They want to give their all when they're in the cage. And I feel we're only kind of getting started with this. We've had a good start, but let's keep going.
Continue the roll. Eldar, I want to ask you the same question. What makes the Dagestani fighter so unique, so special, and so skilled in mixed martial arts?
You know, John spoke about history of boxing, about skills of Irish athletes. But when I'm thinking about why our Dagestani fighters are successful especially in MMA, I think we have to look at history, and Dagestan is located in a place, Caucasus, where you have a sea, Caspian Sea, which is located like there is border with Iran, and everyone who tried to conquer this place near Russia, they face us. And Tatar Mongols, Genghis Khan, we had war with them. We had war with Iran. There was famous commander Nadir Shah, and they had huge army, and we fought with them, and we stopped them. And it's a very big date in our history. We stopped that Iranian army. And then with Turkey we had fight. Then Russia came. Without break, we fought with Russia 60 years. 60 years we fought with Russia, and until all of our men died and only left women and kids. So, and from this, what my opinion, it's just in our genes. We are born to be fighter, and we are lucky that now we don't have to go war, but we have something where we can go and get this adrenaline of fighter, and it's I don't think it's about skills, and I think European school, American school, they are much better, much ahead from us in this technical things and trainings, personal trainings. We are just fighting with our heart, and just born to be a fighter.
And that is definitely true. Let me share for Brave Nation as well that Eldar is our Brave Combat Federation super lightweight champion of the world. His only loss, ladies and gentlemen, is to the greatest fighter in mixed martial arts history, Khabib Nurmagomedov. So that is an incredible put a notch on your resume. He's a great friend of yours as well. He's going to be watching this incredible matchup. We've got you coaching Muhammad Mokaev, who is the hottest young superstar in the game today. He is undefeated in 29 fights. So this is going to be an incredible co-main event. John, we're going to get back to you on this. You're a jiu-jitsu coach. How do you feel? Do you feel jiu-jitsu is better than sambo and wrestling? What is your take on that?
I think when mixed martial arts was starting, you could see the differences between different styles. Like a jiu-jitsu guy would have a certain way of doing things, a judo guy, sambo guy, wrestler. But now I think it's almost more accurate to say it's just MMA grappling.
Right.
You know, we've all mixed up the styles. People are cross-training. You know, maybe before there was a lot more almost tribalism between the different styles, but
right.
The reality is the sport has evolved, and if you're a fighter that's going in there with just jiu-jitsu or just judo or just wrestling, you're probably not going to go the furthest. We must be open to techniques from all styles, mix it together, and you know, almost a new style is emerging, which you know we could call MMA grappling.
Right.
So I think it's the one who is best at MMA grappling is going to be the best grappler, rather than is it jiu-jitsu versus sambo versus wrestling or judo.
And that's the evolution of the sport.
It's just what has to happen. It's you know
right.
It's just a boxer going in must learn how to kick, must learn knees, elbows, all the other striking techniques. A wrestler going in must learn how to do submissions off his back. You know, a jiu-jitsu guy must go in and learn how to do takedowns. So if you don't evolve, you get passed by.
And Eldar, you made the famous shirt for your friend Khabib Nurmagomedov, and it said, if sambo were easy, it'd be called jiu-jitsu. Tell us a little bit about that shirt that went global and was a huge hit. How do you feel about that statement today?
You know, that moment when I did that t-shirt, we didn't expect that we will get a lot of hate after that, because we went to Brazil with this t-shirt, the home place of jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So, but for us it was just a joke, and this idea came to me when I was training in judo with Dagestan national judo team, and one of coaches had t-shirt, if judo was easy, it would be called football. So I saw this t-shirt. It was like 1 month before Khabib fight with Thiago Tavares, who was black belt in jiu-jitsu, and this idea just came to my head, and I created this t-shirt. And then when we wear this on weigh-ins, we got a lot of haters, messages from fans. Of course, we didn't want to disrespect the sport.
Right.
And about your question previous to John, sambo better or jiu-jitsu, I have the same opinion that it's not about the sport, it's about athlete level. You know, when I went to first time to Brazil, I went to famous jiu-jitsu gym, and I was like a little bit nervous that I'm here like jiu-jitsu black belt, sparring with jiu-jitsu black belt, and I just took him down, submitted him twice, and I went back home like, is this level of black belt in Brazil of jiu-jitsu? The next day I came, they gave me another black belt. I just was surviving in this sparring. At the end, I was happy that I didn't tap. He was so like good on the ground, and I'm telling you this example to say that it's all about athlete skills, not about sport. So same in sambo, you can see in like incredible leg locks and techniques from sambo guy who can come and dominate in MMA. But sometimes you have just, they cannot use the skills in a fight. So it's how athletes use this in the fight, that's it.
The evolution of the sport has been incredible, as we saw Royce Gracie in '93 tear through opponents with just jiu-jitsu, and now you've seen the evolution of the game and how we are today. We have this co-main event is really the main event, the people's main event that we've called it. And we have John Blaine O'Driscoll, 9-4, very, very tough, out of SBG Ireland, with the biggest opportunity of his life, going against the undefeated four-time gold medalist Muhammad Mokaev, who is an absolute phenom and the hottest young star today. How is your thoughts shaping about this fight? What does Blaine have to do, and what do you think of the outcome?
Well, first of all, since Blaine came with Brave, we knew this fight was, at some stage, going to come across our table.
You said it was on the radar.
We just felt,
already,
we just felt it was coming. So when the fight was decided weeks ago, I shot Blaine a message, "Hey, you got it," and he knew right away. I didn't even have to say who it was. So
Right.
he's very excited to test himself against a guy that he seems to have a rare ability that he's obviously a very skilled fighter, but he gets people interested in him. It's a quality that not everybody has.
Right.
And everybody's watching him now. And he has an amazing streak all the way from his amateur days, now continuing on to his pro days. So this is an incredible opportunity for Blaine to piggyback, we would say, off that. And if we can do what we plan to do on Saturday night, he can steal a little bit of that thunder and
Shock the world.
shock the world and carry on. And we want to bring some of these Brave belts back to Ireland. And I think
Some retribution for Ireland as well?
maybe a little bit of that, but it's more about the individual, you know.
Right.
There's teams and there's obviously countries, and that's part of it, and the fans get behind that. But at the end of the day, they lock the doors in the cage, and it's one man versus one man, and we have to bring our game plan and do our best, and I think our best will be good enough. I'm very excited about this fight. He comes from obviously a great team, and I'm sure they have a good game plan too. So
Right.
it's going to be a little bit, they say, human chess, you know. So
Human chess game. What advantages does Blaine have in this fight?
I think Blaine will have the edge on the feet. I think his striking is better, and I don't think it's any massive secret to say that Muhammad brings incredible wrestling and grappling. So it's not quite the classic striker versus grappler, because they're both well-rounded, as is like we talked about, the evolution of the sport. You can't go in with just one or the other, but we have to push the pace hard. We saw a little bit about that in Blaine's last fight, but we took that fight on very short notice, and what he was able to do in one round, he couldn't keep up for the next two.
Right.
Now he's ready for 3 rounds at that pace, and Blaine just brings a pace that not everybody can keep up with. So we really have to be going 100% from when the bell goes, no feeling out process, no moving away. We have to get in his face, deal with the grappling, put the pressure on, try to make him tired, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I think the longer the fight goes on, the better our chances are.
And you remember, Brave Nation, we had the classic battle, which Blaine took on Jose Shorty Torres on 1 week notice, and did an absolute incredible job in the cage, went the distance, gave Shorty all he could handle. So imagine him now with a full camp. Eldar, I'll get to you on this. What do you think Mokaev's advantages are over Blaine right off the bat?
No, I was in corner of Jose Torres when Blaine fought with him last time, and the best side of Blaine I see is fast hands and good footwork, striking, and of course everybody understands that he will try to keep the fight in his comfortable zone, and Mokaev will do for the same. So the question is, will he be able to stay in his comfortable zone? And I'm 100% confident that Mokaev will take him down, and I think their plan is to get up fast and to make Mokaev tired and to win second and third round. This is how I see, and it's not a secret. I'm sure this is their plan. But from sparrings I saw, last sparrings, like we did test sparrings inside the cage with lights and everything, I will say that Mokaev is ready for 5 rounds, good pace, not only 3 rounds. So their plan is good, but we will see how it will work.
This is going to be an incredible war. We have the world watching. We have Dagestan that's going to be tuning in, the UK, we have the Kingdom of Bahrain, Ireland, the rest of the world. Do you feel that that puts any more pressure on Blaine? How is he handling that aspect of it? Or have you talked about that much?
Yeah, I mean, there's some fighters that adds pressure and can affect their performance, and then there is others that actually enjoy the idea that, I think Blaine has a lot of weight off his shoulders in this fight. He's, I'm sure, the underdog. So he's expected to lose, so that can take some weight off you. But Blaine loves to perform. If he didn't, he would just stay in the gym and just do it in the gym. But he wants to compete, he wants to fight, he wants to put on a show. And he's trained very hard for this, and there's no point in doing it behind closed doors. So the more people watching him, the bigger he grows.
Eldar, I wanted to get to you on that. Does Muhammad Mokaev feel the pressure of the big stage, or has he been so seasoned by his amazing career so far that he's used to the pressure by now?
Of course he feels pressure, but it's not the first time he feels that. Mm-hmm. He is a 2-time world champion in amateur career, and every time since he became world champion, his name was already there and he was famous, and every time we were going for competition, I was telling him, listen, everyone, even in first stage or second stage, not the final, I was telling him, everyone fighting against you like it's their final. Doesn't matter quarter-final or semi-final. So this pressure always was there, and everyone was trying to get all hype against Muhammad is to become a man who beat Mokaev. So this pressure is always there, and it's not the first time, so I'm sure he knows how to deal with that, and just, of course, for him more pressure than Blaine. Blaine is just another SBG guy who we need to beat.
Right.
Just for people who think about this fight, like they think, look at his record, 9-4, and they don't see Blaine dangerous, but he is dangerous. And for people, for fans, it's just like they underestimate Blaine, but we don't. So most important that we don't.
And incredible, as you can see, Brave Nation, there's a amazing mutual respect between all of the fighters here in KHK as well as SBG. I mean, we're working together in harmony to make this happen, and the world is really going to be the great victors of this fight. It's going to be an incredible thing to watch. John, I wanted to ask you, is this extra special, this bout right here? Did you feel like you had unfinished business with Dagestani fighters?
No, that thought doesn't come into my mind. Each contest is unique.
Right.
What was exciting about this fight is that we're going against somebody who is a genuine star in the sport. And we just said to Blaine at the beginning of the year, where is he going to go with this sport? He was probably hemming and hawing about wrapping it up. They're calling it a day, And then we got the short notice fights against Josie, and we, he lost that, and he was very down about it. But when this came across the table, I really saw that fire in him again, that he really believes he can be a champion in this sport, and it's an incredible opportunity. I think it's come at the right time. He's had his wins, he's had his losses, he's had years of training, he's gotten better in all his skill sets. He's really at the peaking nicely for this fight, just well. We had some, Katona getting ready, and Blaine had been training with him in the lead up to that fight. So it's one of those things, a few things are happening at the right time for us, and this is a bit of an all or nothing for Blaine. He goes in, he shocks the world, and he gets a big win. He's going to want the bigger things, and again, like I said, maybe chase that belt. And Yeah, it's up to him now, you know. We did all the training. Brave were kind enough to give us this opportunity. He has to go out there and snatch it on Saturday night.
Definitely going to be an amazing matchup for Brave Nation to enjoy. Once again, our greatest card. I feel our cards keep getting better and better. Shout out to the Hawk, Mohammad Shahid, our Brave president, as well as Gustavo Firmino for incredible matchmaking through the years as we are getting better and stronger with every show. It's prediction time, gentlemen. John, what is your prediction on the fight? How will it go and how will it end?
I think it's going to be very, very fast-paced. I think there's going to be a lot of exchanging of positions. And my prediction would be that Blaine will stop him in the third round.
Third round.
TKO.
Fine. TKO. Due to strikes.
Yes, sir.
All right, we've got it here. Eldar, your prediction on the fight and how it's going to go down.
I think first 2 rounds, just we with the same pace, we make counter pace and push it more and make his hands more, not like in first round. He will be slow in third round, and same prediction, but Mokaev by TKO.
Mokayev by TKO. There you go. Both coaches, both fully confident in their fighters. It's going to be amazing. Third round TKO, third round TKO. Wanted to ask you, are you gentlemen ready for a little bet? Wanted to propose that the winner has the loser wear the other team's shirt, post on social media, and make this an incredible time for everybody. Are you in on that, John?
No problem.
Eldar?
I'm very confident about my guy.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't bring an extra large t-shirt, unfortunately. So this is not going to fit.
Which t-shirt do you mean?
We'll find SBG that you would wear if Muhammad lost, and he would wear KHK.
I will make it more pressure on John. I will ask Brave team to print t-shirts. I love Dagestan and I love Ireland.
Perfect. Perfect. I love it. This is going to be just an incredible war, co-main event. So excited and honored to have these two legends in studio today. You've been in the Lion's Den with the Roaring Lion, Carlos Kremer. For myself, Coach John Kavanagh, and Coach Eldar Eldarov, we'd like to say good night. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the fights from Konin, Poland, Brave 54, where we're going to shock the world with another amazing card, Brave Nation. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great day.